Hello dear students, welcome back to our AVS classes. I'm your VS educator again here with a new chapter. And today we have chapter number 6, Living in Harmony. So harmony means the rhythmic thing, the balance between the all living organisms are present on the earth. So we are a living organisms, right? Plants are living organisms, small insects, animals, all are living organisms. So what we are going to learn in this chapter? What are the learning objectives we have? By the end of the chapter, students will be able to identify animals, birds, and insects that live on or near our homes, understand the difference between invited and uninvited creatures at home, learn how we share space with other living beings, discover how plants and animals help each other, understand the many uses of plants, food, medicine, fiber, and shelter. So, we little bit already know about these things because in earlier chapters we already discussed this. Now we are going to discuss in more detail about the each and every living creature on this earth. So, let's get started. Now we have our living companions at home. So, what we have to understand here? Animals, birds, insects, and plants also share our homes and surroundings. Some live with us by choice, while others find shelter nearby. Birds build nests on trees or rooftops. Insects like ants and butterflies roam around plants and flowers. Some animals, like cats, dogs, or cows, are lovingly cared for by families. Even small creatures like lizards or spiders live quietly in corners. Plants in our homes give us fresh air and beauty. We all share space and must live together with care and respect. So, what we understand here? That we all are living organisms. First thing is clear, and we are sharing our home together, intentionally or not intentionally, in both ways. How? If we are talking about the pets, okay, so those are which is lovingly we carried out inside our home, right? So what we do here, that these are the homes. Okay, एक और बार कर देती हूँ मैं भी. Animals, birds, in okay fine पढ़ने के बाद. So what we have to understand here, we all are living organisms, and here we understand it that we are sharing our home together. If we are talking about our pets, they are lovingly invited by us in our home and we are take care of it. If we are talking about the lizards, the cockroaches that are not invited by us but they are living in a corner of our home. If we are talking about the birds, they are making their nest on the trees. Butterflies roam around plants and flowers. So these things which we what we understand here, that each and every creature basically share a home together. Our invited friends. We bring some animals and plants into our homes. Plants are green friends. We care our plants by watering them regularly and providing them proper sunlight environment. Some animals are invited to live with us as pets. So what we understand here, as we see the heading, are invited friends. Those things, those living in organism which is invited by us in our home. So what we see here, we are talking about those creatures, those living organisms which is invited by us. If we are talking about the plants, some kind of plants are invited by us. We grow them in our kitchen garden, we grow them on our terrace garden, we are tuck it on our balcony. So those green friends are invited by us and we are take care of them by providing proper sunlight environment, by pouring water into them, right? If we're talking about our pets like dogs, cats, and birds, fish, and rabbits, those are also those living organisms which is invited by us. Next, this includes we care for them by giving food, water, shelter, and love. Pets become part of our families. They give us company, make us happy, and sometimes even help us in many ways. So, we are talking about pets. So, that is an amazing thing because the love which is shown by your pets, that is not beatable by anything, not by other living organisms. We are talking about the plants because pets become a family member, right? And they are helping us in our day-to-day routines, and they are give us company and make us healthy as well. Right? Now we move forward. Now we are going to talking about the uninvited guest, which is just come without any invitation in our home. Those are some animals and insects came into. So now we have our un. So now we have uninvited guests. Those guests which does not need our invitation, they can come inside our home on their own. ठीक है. So now we have our uninvited guests. So what we understand here, those guests which is don't need any kind of invitation. Some animals and insects came. Some animals and insects come into our homes without being invited. These include lizards, ants, mosquitoes, houseflies, cockroaches, mice, and spiders. They look for food, shelter, or warmth. While we may not like them, we should try not to harm them. We can keep our homes clean and safe to avoid their visit. So basically, we are not, don't, who likes uninvited friends in their home, right? But you have to see and you have to keep in your mind that these animals, these insects also need food, shelter, and warmth during rainy season, during cold season, during summer season, right? They need shelter, they need food. So always keep in your mind you have to keep your home clean and dry. So these animals would not visit to your homes, and make yourself that if you visit and if you and make keep in your mind if you find them, so you have to take it and you have to just take them out of your home. Don't harm them. Okay. Next we have sharing our space with creatures. Already discussed, right? We are sharing our space with the creatures. How? Let's see here. What we notice here, many animals, birds, and insects live around us in our homes and surroundings. Birds build nests on Birds build nests on trees or rooftops. Pigeons may sit on windows, and squirrels run on trees nearby. Ants and lizards find small corners to hide. Butterflies visit flowers in our garden. We already discussed it that each living creature is sharing our space, right? If we are talking about the birds, they make their nest on trees, on rooftops. So they're taking some part of our home. If they make nest on the rooftop as their home. If we are talking about the butterflies, they are always moving around the plants. If we are talking about the ants and lizards, they also find small corners inside the soil, inside our homes as well. Next, dogs and cats live with us as pets. So dogs and cats are invited living organisms, and we take them as our family member. We share our space with all of them. Some we care for, some we try to keep away. We must treat all living beings with kindness and learn to live in harmony with them. With by looking carefully, we can spot and learn about these living beings. Observing them helps us to understand how they live and how we can share our space with them peacefully. So what you have to understand. So what you have to understand here, those creatures, those living organisms, which is invited by you, you are already take care for them, right? But those are who are not invited by you, you are hurting them. So you have to keep in mind, you have to observe them, you have to keep that, okay, fine, if they are taking a small space of your home, you have to give it. I'm not talking about the mosquitoes because they will be give you the illness, but you have to keep in mind if you haven't seen normally ways your rats, lizards, so try to don't harm them. Okay, make sure that you observe them and give an alternative way to get away from them without hurting them. Okay, next we have helping each other to live. Now we have to help each other so we can live in a harmony. How? Animals and plants help each other in many ways. Birds and animals eat fruits and carry seeds to new places, helping plants to grow. So we already understood in our earlier chapter that plants have the movement. We already understand this in our earlier chapter that plants cannot move from one place to another place, but animals can do. So what will happen? The pollen grains, the seed will be transferred from one place to another place with the help of the animals only, and then the other plants grow only some other places. Otherwise, they cannot grow. And on the giveaway, plants give animals shade, food, and shelter. We also get fruits, vegetables, and what we get from them? We get from them shade, food, and shelter. We also get fruits, vegetables, wood, and clean air from plants. Animals gives us milk, wool, eggs, and friendship. Animals like cows, goats, and birds make the soil rich by adding waste which helps plants grow better. Squirrel bury nuts that later grown into trees. By living together, animals, plants, and humans all support each other and keep nature balanced. If we are helping each other, we can understand it. We are making a harmony together and we are helping each other. As animals help plants to move their seeds and pollens from one place to another place, as the plants give in the respective of their sharing, spreading seeds and pollens. In the same, plants also give them food, shelter. Here we are talking about human beings, so we have to pour water, we have to take our plants into a proper sunlight environment. In the case, they also give us wood, vegetable, fruits. Animals also help us by giving the food, milk, by giving the eggs, right? By giving the wood. So we always keep in mind we all are interlinked to each other and we have to always help each other to grow faster and to grow in a harmony. Next, plants gives us so much. We all know plants plays in a very important role in our life, right? We all know plants play a very important role in our life. So plants are very important in our lives. They help us in many ways. We eat fruits, vegetables, and grains that come from plants. These keep us healthy and strong. Trees gives us wood, which is used to build homes, furniture, and many other things. So what we understand here that plants very important in our life. They give us wood. Without wood, we cannot imagine any kind of furniture in our homes. With the help of wood, we can build our home beautiful. Okay, some plants are used to make medicines that help us fight illness. Cotton. Some plants are used to make medicines that help us fight illness. Cotton and jute plants gives us fibers to make clothes, bags, and mats. Plants also clean the air around us by giving fresh oxygen which we need to breathe. So in the respective, we are not just see, okay, fine, plants gives us food, plants gives us oxygen, plants gives us mat, plants gives us fruits, plants gives us vegetables, plants gives us medicines as well. So many things we have which is given by the plants only. They provide us shade on hot days and help keep our surroundings cool. Plants are beautiful, useful, and kind. They give us so much and ask for nothing in return. Truly, plants are best green friends because they are giving so many things without any greediness. Okay, fine. They need something in return. They just need some proper sunlight, proper growth for themselves, and a proper habit, a daily routine habit that we have to pour some water inside the plants. That's it. In the return of it, they will give us wood, vegetables, fruit, medicines, each and everything, even your respiration process, because without oxygen live in we cannot live a single second. So the life is given by only plants because oxygen plays in a very important role. So always keep in mind you have to respect plants, you have to always take care of them, okay, because they are our best green friends. Now, shelter for animals, shade for human beings, these uses of plants, we have medicine, we have fruit, we have fresh air, we have fiber, we have wood, all because of what? Plants, right? Next, caring with kindness. Animals and plants also have feelings. We should treat them with love and care. Feeding birds, watering plants, and not hurting animals shows kindness. When we are kind to them, they feel safe and grow well. Showing empathy means understanding their needs and helping them. Kindness makes our world a better place for all. Kindness makes our world a better place for all living beings. So, what we understand here, if we show our kindness towards plants, towards animals, they will grow properly. They have a sense of security and safety with us. So, we are human beings. We always have to keep in our mind, we have to show our empathy, we have to show our kindness towards the other living organisms because, in some way, we are more prominent as compared to other living organisms. So we have to take care for them and we have to make sure that it is our responsibility. Okay, next, stories from the past. Talk to your grandparents or other elders in your family. Ask them about the animals and plants they had when they were young. Maybe they had a pet cow, goat, parrot, or dog, or they grew mango trees, tulsi plants, or big shady trees near their home. Listen to their stories. You will learn how people cared for animals and plants with love and respect. These stories help us to understand the bonds between humans, animals, and nature. So you have to visit and you have to sit with your grandparents, with your elders, and you have to just listen the stories for the plants and the animals if they have any kind of pet. And then you have to understand the bond between the animals, the human beings, and with the nature. Now, grandma's mango tree and Moti the dog. When I visited my grandma last summer, she told me a lovely story from her childhood. She said She said, when I was a little girl, we had a big mango tree in our backyard. Every summer, it gave us sweet, juicy mangoes. All the children in their neighborhood would gather under the tree to play and share fruits. So here is a story of grandma, and she is describing that when she is a child in his childhood, she having a big mango tree in their backyard, and the backyard tree will give him the shade, they give him, okay fine, एक और बार बोल देती हूँ उसको कट कर देना. So it is a story of grandmas who visited so it is a story of a girl who visited to her grandma's house. And one day what happened, that grandma explained her about her backyard tree, the mango tree. She explained her that big mango tree gave them sweety, juicy gave them sweet and juicy mangoes. All the children were surrounding those mango trees are sitting under the shade of the tree and share fruits and play together. Grandma also had a pet dog named Moti. He was not just a pet. She smiled. He was part of he was part of our family. Moti would guard the house at night and play with us during the day. So Moti is just not a pet, it's just not an animal, it is a part of a life, it is part of a family. And Moti also helps human beings how by guard them at night and playing with them in during the day. He even sat near the mango tree to watch over the younger kids while we played. She told me how they used to water the plants every day and feed stray animals who came near their house. Even the tulsi plant, we loved all living okay. We loved all living things, big or small, she said. Even the tulsi plants in the courtyard was treated with the care. We believed it brought good health and peace to the home. Listening to Grandma's story, I felt a deep respect for how people used to live in harmony with animals and plants. It taught me that showing love and kindness to nature is a beautiful way of life. So when we show kindness and harmony and empathy towards the nature, towards the animals, it is just not like our responsibility. It will see them. It will help us to see the world in a new way of life. So basically, how the moti, how the other all animals who come from the surroundings, nearby surrounding, and the tulsi plant, all of them are interlinked each other, and they are live a beautiful life. Nowadays, in a busy routine, we cannot see animals, we cannot see plants or not big trees because we are living in big cities. But when we are in village, we can imagine this feeling, and it is a totally a different way of life, which is very, very, very beautiful. Which is very beautiful. Sometimes Sometimes we see animals or insects that we don't like or are scared of, like lizards, mice, or ants, but we should still treat them with compassion. These creatures have their own role in nature. They usually don't harm us unless they feel scared or threatened. We must not hurt them. Showing kindness to all living beings make us better and more caring human beings. Always keep in mind that other living organism which we don't like them, and sometimes we also scared from them, so you have to keep in mind they also have a role in this world. on this earth. Okay, so you have to treat them with empathy and kindness. And if you find that okay fine, you scare them, you don't like them, so you have to take them to a safe place or by with the help of any adult, but you always keep in mind that you don't have to hurt them, because if you have that kindness, so you see each and every creature on this earth is very important, you have to give them respect. That will make you a better human being. So now students, this is an activity which you have to perform with your friends. Pair up with pair up with a classmate or friend. One of you thinks of an animal, bird, insect, or tree. Whisper the name softly into your partner's ear. Don't let others hear. The partner who hears the word will act or more like that animal, bird, insect. So this is basically an activity which you have to perform in your class, in your ground, playground. So you have to do this and you enjoy this activity. And why this activity is fun and useful? It helps you observe how animals and trees behave. You use your body and imagination to learn. It builds confidence and teamwork. So students, by doing this activity, you also gain some other skills which is very important, right? Basically, you learn about the teamwork, you learn, you use your imagination power as well. So students, this is the end of your chapter. I hope so you like this chapter and understood it very well. Now I'm going to meet you in your next class. Till that, bye bye. Have a good day.